Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to 20 minutes of yoga for tension relief. I am so ready for this today. As you guys come in live, just say hey in the comments so I can see you. But I need this today. Like, raise your hand if you need this today. It has been one of those days for me, one of those weeks really. Our daycare closed because of a popped pipe, so I've been trying to figure out where my kids are gonna go and things with work and all the things, and this is just what happens. Oh, another really fun one, I'll share this because you guys will appreciate this. I got a call yesterday from the principal at my son's elementary school because he was saying the F word in school and they had to remove him from his class. And these are just a few of the things that happen in our lives as moms, and so many of these things that we can't control and things that add extra stress and tension. We need a break every once in a while, not just, for our rest and mental health, but really to reset our nervous system. So I'm so excited about this. Hey, Christy, I'm just gonna adjust this a little bit as you guys come in. Yeah, please say hi so I know that you're here. Hello. Who else is here? So we're gonna get started in just a second. I am outside in my backyard today, and hopefully the neighbors' dogs won't start barking, but it's a beautiful day here, and whenever possible, I like to get outside because it's another wonderful thing that we can do for our mental health and for our nervous system. So getting outside to stretch, getting outside to walk and breathe, this is just amazing things for our brain and our body. Amanda's here. Hi. Lily is here. Hi. Welcome. So we're going to give everybody just a moment to come in. If you have one, I would encourage you to get a yoga or exercise mat now and roll that out if you haven't already. We're going to be down on the floor on the mat for this entire session. It's going to be very gentle. Hey, Shelly, welcome. And this time is all about teaching you some of the tools that you can keep in your back pocket as a mom for managing stress and releasing tension from your body, because stress creates tension in our body. Just a few days ago, we did a poll here in the group, and the majority of you said, when I'm stressed out, I feel it here, right? At the back of our neck, our shoulders, through the shoulder blade area, we get a lot of tension. Sometimes it can feel like rocks when you press there, right? And that's your muscles holding on to stress and tension that is sent into your muscles under stress. So you're not alone here. A lot of us, we get this down in our back and then in our hips, tightness through our hips, our low back, our pelvis, all connected to stress. So what you're gonna see during our time today is that we're gonna focus on releasing tension from those muscles with some really simple stretches. Don't worry, we're not gonna get crazy and do anything over the top today, but I really want you to just feel how good and how impactful it is really for you just to take some time to do that. All right. Hey, Jennifer, welcome. Lovely to have you guys here live. Now, if you can't stay for the whole 20 minutes, completely understand if you've got toddlers crawling on you or dogs and that's not gonna work for you to do this live. This is gonna be here in the group for the next week or so that you can come back and do this. So before we begin actually moving and stretching, we're gonna take some time to work on the skill of our breath first. If you were able to watch the live training we did on Monday, we touched on why this is so powerful as a tool for our nervous system. And just very, very quickly, in case you missed that, our central nervous system that runs through our body that controls whether our body is in fight or flight, the stress response, or rest and digest, our nervous system kind of swings between these two places. When you look at where the nervous system goes, a ton of that funnels down into our stomach, our gut. The vagus nerve runs down there. And so when we're breathing and practicing this breathing tool, it's not just because breath is cool and it's like this cool thing that we do in yoga. It's actually massaging and stimulating your nervous system, which signals up into your brain that you're safe, that you're okay, and your body starts to release this hormone that creates calm and releases tension. And you're gonna feel that right away when we start this breath. So we're gonna start there, spend a few minutes breathing, and then move into some of our tension relief stresses for today. You guys that are watching live, give me a thumbs up if you are ready to start. Say hi if you haven't yet in the comments so I can see that you're here. And come on down. Come on down to have a seat. Hey Jennifer, yeah, fabulous. Okay, so however you choose to sit here is completely up to you. I am in a simple side-seated position. So if your hips are really tight, right, you'll see a lot of people in yoga that get into this cross-legged position. This doesn't feel good for all of us. So just know that it's okay if you want to come here to cross-legged. This is great. Crisscross applesauce, as I say with my young kids. And my neighbor is now doing construction. Is that really loud? Hopefully it's not too bad. He just started hammering. But you can come to cross-legged, you can come to side-seated, or if you would like to do this part even in a chair, if that's really comfortable for you, that is okay. All right, let's begin. You're gonna bring one hand over your chest. You find your heart space there. And then the other hand comes down over your belly. If you'd like to close your eyes during this part, that can help you to just take a moment to tune in to you and tune into your breath. You can feel your heart beating under that top hand, and you can feel that moving as you breathe in, the chest expands, and as you breathe out. Now we're gonna try to send the breath down into our belly. So on your next in-breath, see if you can expand your belly so that underneath the bottom hand presses out, breathing all the way down into our diaphragm to make the belly expand, and then breathing all the way out, fully emptying yourself of breath. Take a moment here to practice this. It takes a lot of mindfulness to breathe this way, and if you're not used to it, you might feel a little frustrated right now. You might have to take a couple of breaths and sigh as your body gets used to that. That's all normal. But keep thinking about sending the breath all the way down, deep, deep into your belly. And then breathing out fully. And if you can take your breath in and out through your nose, that's also going to help stimulate the nervous system in the back of your throat. Maybe you can feel the breath passing down the back of your throat, almost like there's a parachute back there. So as you breathe in, you feel that back throat expand. Now it's been just about 1 minute of this. Notice how you feel right now compared to when we first started that. should feel like every breath, there's this wave of calm coming over your body. And we're gonna keep breathing this way as we begin to move today. Breathing in through the nose, working to take that full, deep belly breath, and breathing out all the way through your nose. So let's begin on our knees. I'll invite you to come sideways on your mat if you have it. I'm gonna scoot just a little bit closer because I'm sure that my neighbor's hammering. It's coming through on the phone. We're gonna start today in what we call child's pose. Now, you can separate your knees as wide as you would like, whatever's comfortable for you, and then sitting your hips back over your heels with your arms stretched out. See how that feels for you. You can set your head down. If you would like, you can also stack your hands so that your forehead rests on your hands. Sometimes that feels a little bit better for our neck and our back. And then take a couple of breaths here. And each breath, we're working on relaxing through our shoulders and down through our back. Taking that deep belly breath in. And your exhale is a really good time to think about releasing. So I'm gonna breathe in now. And on my out breath, I'm gonna see if I can soften that space between my shoulders and my neck a little bit more. You can feel your head settle down. Noticing right now where you might be feeling some tension in your body, and maybe trying to take one more breath in and relaxing that space. Maybe your back, maybe your arms. And for the next several minutes as we move here, we're gonna set aside any thoughts of our day to come as we can. Setting aside any judgment of ourself or our body or what we can and can't do. And just commit to being here, learning together, breathing together, and working with what we have and where we're at today. Let's breathe in and then simply walk your hands over to one side. So if you're on a mat, your hands might be right on the edge of the mat or a little bit further. You're gonna just simply pull back through the hips now. So you're C-shaping through your spine. You'll feel that little space from your armpit down to your hip open. And you can make this as gentle or as active as you would like. So that front hand might really reach forward right now if you want a deeper stretch. But again, we're not trying to force anything today. The main goal from this is letting your body settle down and letting gravity do its thing right now. So take a breath and see if you can settle your chest towards the floor. And then we'll switch to the other side, breathing in and come across, and then breathe out to come down. Check in with your breath now, taking the breath in through the nose, full belly breath, and then releasing down and out. Come back through the center now. So what we're doing right now as we first get started is just moving our spine in different directions. So we bent our spine side to side. Now we're going to come up on hands and knees. So your knees are just underneath your hips and your hands are directly under your shoulders. We're going to move our spine up and down now, We have cat pose. You're gonna tuck your tailbone and press into the hands. Drop the top of your head down to curve your back up. And then we'll reverse into cow pose. So we lift the top of the head, we lift the tailbone, and let your belly drop down. Let's go again with the breath. So breathe in. You can press your hands if you want to make this more active, and try looking your eyes back towards your belly button. Feeling that really nice stretch between your shoulder blades. And then as you move into cow, lifting up through the top of the head, you might be able to slide your shoulder blades back. So we feel this opening through the front side of the body here. We're gonna do that a couple of times. Now you can go faster or slower, really whatever feels good for you. Just focusing on that deep breath in. And we're starting to release some tension from our vertebrae in between our spine. If you're like me right now, your back is popping a little bit. That's a really good sign that you've been holding on to some tension. Mine always pops in between my shoulder blades a couple of times as I do this, especially when I really lift my chin, right? We spend a lot of our time looking down at our phone, and so as you lift up, it feels really good. I'm gonna do one more. Yeah, okay. Come back into this neutral spine position. Let's take a twist. Take one arm and thread it underneath the other. You're gonna put the back of your arm and your hand on the floor. Reach as far as you would like to, and then drop your shoulder down onto the floor, onto the mat. And if you can, get your head down too. Breathe in, and then breathe out and let your body settle down. Now I like how this feels with my hips quite high, but you may prefer to sit back and do this in a child's pose. Just listen to your knees and your body right now. And let's take some breaths here and just breathing into that space between your shoulder blade and your spine right now. Can you feel that? Deep breath in through your nose, and then on your exhale, let your arms soften, let your whole body soften down into this amazing stretch. And again, you can keep this really gentle. If you'd like any more, as your body relaxes, you might be able to reach that arm a little bit further under, deepening that stretch. And keeping the neck and the shoulders really soft right now. This upper back area, we hold so much of our stress. So this is one of my favorite stretches to come to. Let's breathe in. We're switching sides now. Take that arm slowly out, and we'll set up to the other side. So you might be up here, coming high underneath. You might sit back like I did. Connect as much of your arm to the floor as you can. And if it's hard for you to get your head down here, that may not be accessible. Another great option is just to have a pillow or something there that you can set your head on so that your neck and your shoulders can fully relax down. Breathing in, breathing out. Check in with your breath. Can you slow that down and deepen it into your belly more to help you release even more? When you're ready, let's breathe in and unthread that arm. Just notice how your back and shoulders feel. You're gonna come down onto our stomach for this next one. Now you want your feet together behind you. Lie all the way down, your legs squeezed together. And we're gonna now open up through the chest space with a really beautiful stretch. I'm just gonna turn my camera down just a bit to make sure you can see me on my mat. Yeah. Okay, so listen to your shoulders here. I wanna make sure you don't take this too far. The first option is just to bring your hands to your lower back and maybe rest either on your hips or on the low back. Depending on how flexible your shoulders are, you may be able to just lightly touch your fingertips there. You may be able to get your hands together. And then we're gonna breathe here. If you can look your head down to the floor so your neck is in alignment. And then breathing and pressing your hands into your hips or your low back. See if you can pull your shoulders and your elbows back. If you want to take this any further, another option is to clasp your hands and stretch your arms back behind you. So this is an opener for the front of our chest, another place where we carry a lot of tension that impacts our upper back. So if you have upper back pain, sometimes stretching your upper back isn't the only way to relieve that. So just notice how that feels right now. Breathing in, breathing out. I'm going to take one more breath here. And then releasing the hands back down to your side really slowly. Let the arms settle and draw the hands underneath your shoulders. Let's push ourselves up and into seated. Oh, that felt so good. So those were just a couple of my favorite stretches for our upper body, this thoracic spine area around your rib cage. And coming into seated now, we're gonna take some time to release through our hips, another area where we carry so much stress. There's a few different ways that you can do this. If sitting cross-legged is enough for you, just start here. This is great. If you are a little bit more flexible in your hips and you want to deepen this stretch, you can take a foot up onto your calf or even up onto your thigh. I'm just going to stay down here today and keep this gentle. And then sit up as tall as you can, right up through the top of your head, lengthening your spine. And we'll reconnect with our breath here. I'm so sorry for the dogs. This was a great idea in my head. And we're gonna breathe in and then breathe out to side bend. Use your floor for support and then come over as far as you would like to, being really mindful of this top shoulder, that it's not crunching up towards your ear and your neck. Just hold space there. Let your head relax. Let your arm relax. We're going to take a couple of breaths here, checking in with this opposite hip right now. If you've tipped sideways, see if you can reconnect down with the mat. Breathe in and then breathe out to open up through the side body, your side rib cage. One more breath here. If you want to go any further, this is a great time just to reach through that top arm. Getting one last big tension release for the side of our hip. And then breathing in, let's come back up through the center. Let's go the other side now. So if you have your foot up, you may just want to cross to the other foot in front or up on top. Before we side bend, the most important thing we can do is lengthen up through our spine so that we don't compress any of our vertebrae. So sit up nice and tall, take a breath here. Inhale, and then we'll exhale over to the side. So every breath in is full, and every breath out, we're releasing tension somewhere, from the side, from the arm, from your neck, maybe even your jaw. So good. Let's take one more breath. And then coming back up. Take a moment just to breathe here. So really nice stretch through the side hip area. A lot of tension there. And we're gonna twist now. So bring one arm across to the opposite knee, and then that other hand comes to the floor behind you. If you need to lean back a bit here, that's great. We wanna sit up as tall as we can through the spine, breathing in, and then on your out breath, press the back of the hand and turn to look over your back shoulder. Take another breath. See if you can twist a bit further now. Press into that back hand. And then come through the center. We'll go to the other side. So same thing, breathe in, sit really tall. You'll feel that up through the top of the head, crossing the arm, and using both of these hands as a lever to help rotate your shoulders around your spine, and then rotate your head around your neck, looking back. Breathing in, breathing out. All right, coming back through the center, let's draw the knees together. We're gonna take one more stretch through the back. You can hug one or both knees and roll all the way down onto your back. Opening your arms out to a T, the palms face up here, so our shoulders and our head stay really relaxed down on the floor. Breathe in, and then on your out breath, drop your knees across to one side. Now, if you can, let the knees come down. If your back is really tight, though, a lot of us, when we're stressed, it's so tight, you can create some space between your knees. Sometimes a pillow here feels really nice, or a cushion. I'm gonna bring this knee all the way down, so it feels so good for my low back. And then if you can, turn your head to look the opposite direction of your knees, all right? So you breathe in, breathe out. Now let your body settle down onto the mat. Let your shoulders and your arms settle. Let your legs settle. If you're wanting a deeper release right now, a way that you can deepen this is drawing this top knee up and in towards the chest. You might love that, you might not, so try it if you'd like. Otherwise, stay here. We're gonna take 2 more big, full breaths in. Let it go. Feeling the body settle. And then when you're ready, lifting up the top knee, and then the bottom knee will slowly roll over to the other side. You can adjust anything here that you need to, making sure that the palms are still facing up. Maybe adjusting where your hips are so this feels good. And then breathing in and turning your head to look away from the knees. Relax your head all the way down. Relax your shoulders. I always like to think here about letting go. So many things that I hold on to as a mom. When I'm here just me and breathing and stretching, sometimes I mentally let those things go, and I feel it throughout my body as that lets go from my worries. Sometimes it's okay to just let things go for a moment. And then breathing in, we'll lift the knees. We want top knee and then that bottom knee coming back into the center for one last stretch for our back here. Hug your knees into the chest. You might take them wide here or pull them together. There's no right or wrong way to do this. And then take a slow, gentle rock side to side. Taking one last little release of tension from our back. And then setting the feet down. Let's stretch the legs out, stretch the arms out, and take just 1 minute here at the end of our time together to breathe and be still. If you'd like, you can place your hands back across your chest and your belly like we did at the beginning, closing your eyes to take your attention back onto your breath. Or you may just choose to lay with your arms by your side. Checking in right now with how you're feeling. Mentally scan your body right now for any last areas of tension that you'd like to let go of today. And imagine breathing in, surrounding those areas with the warmth of your breath. And then breathing out to let it go. And let everything go. Then when you're ready, drawing the legs back in, you can roll onto your side and then push yourself up and into a seated position again. How are you feeling? I knew that was going to be longer than 20 minutes. I get into this and I love it so much. I don't want to rush through it. I've tried and it's just difficult. So you guys that are still here live, I hope that you feel amazing right now. And just notice those places where you carry so much of your tension as you come back after this time of breathing and releasing tension from your back and your shoulders and your hips. How much of a difference just a short amount of time can make in that. It's really powerful. And whether or not you have 20 or 30 minutes to stretch, or whether you have 5 minutes, really it's just the intentionality of, I need to make this a priority, and learning how to give yourself the permission and the time and the space, no matter how small it is, to do something that's going to help you to regulate and stay well, both physically and mentally. So thank you, Shelly, Christy, thanks so much for that. And if you loved this, if this is something that you are wanting to bring more into your life, but this is new and you're not sure, or maybe you're someone like me that you just need You know, you need a schedule, you need a process so that you don't have to figure it out. You don't have to remember to do it. You don't have to, you don't have to remember anything. We have a yoga course that I would love to invite you to, and I'll share some info here in the group afterward. Shelly, big difference. Perfect timing before kids. Yes, that's so great. Oh, and I wanted to talk about that today. Yeah, when does this work best in your day? This is different for everybody. Some people love to start their day with this as like a grounding to set the tone for the day and get your nervous system in a really good place so you're not going into your day in stress and frenzy. So it's great in the morning, it's great midday in the afternoon, especially before kids get home. If you know there's certain high tension parts of your day, especially with your kids, it's a great tool to get you in a good headspace before you go in. If you have trouble sleeping at night, this is another amazing tool to help you transition out of your day and into that rest and digest phase that we all should move into overnight at sleep, because sometimes we find we may be getting quantity sleep but not quality sleep because our nervous system is still in this stress response. So taking a few minutes before bed to do this same practice will get you into a place where you get that quality sleep and rest so you feel refreshed. So yes. Oh, Lily, I'm so glad to hear that. Great. Well, if you're looking for help with this, I'll just share really quickly before we sign off today about the 6-week yoga course that we have put together for you guys. It has 10 different yoga sessions that are very similar to this. They're about 30 minutes long, where we focus on a breathing exercise. We take time to release tension through really gentle stretches. As we progress, we introduce what we call sun salutations, where we do more movement, we do more standing work. So there is a bit more energy that comes into those over time, but just really gentle, really accessible yoga sessions to give you the time and the space and the what and the how of how to bring this into your life. So every other day in the course, you get sent a yoga session. You can plug it into your day anywhere that you want as you see fit. And if doing it every other day is more frequent than you can fit for right now, that's the 6-week course if you do it every other day, but you can stretch it right on out and take it at your own pace if you'd like to. But it is a beautiful gift that I am so excited to share with you mamas that need that. So we're gonna add a link here and send you some info if that's something that would be helpful for you right now. But if not, if nothing else from today, hear this, that you are worth taking time for, that you need to take time for you to focus on your whole well-being through stress management, through tuning into yourself and just paying attention to the fact that you have needs. And I've found that yoga and a little bit of stretching has an impact on every other area of my health and the clients that I've worked with. So do that for you. Stay well. Put your oxygen mask on first because you are worth it. If you guys have any other questions or comments, or if you watched this on replay today, leave a message below. Let us know how this felt for you. If you have any questions about the yoga course, we would love to hear from you as well. And have a fabulous rest of the day. I'll see you for the next one. All right. Bye, Shelly. Thank you.